Hey, welcome to Tootie Talk Sis. Today is Thursday. We got one more day left to Friday to the weekend, y'all. And we can get a break. Well, I could get a break. A break just to do stuff with my daughter. She started her first AAU basketball team. The first game is Saturday. So I'm excited about that. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this Thursday? I ain't gonna be here long. I'm only gonna do a couple minutes because she got practice. So what y'all want to talk about? Y'all got anything on y'all mind? Because first thing that I want to talk about is the Karmelo Anthony case. So I have covered it, I want to say twice already. But the short story is that it was being reported that a teenager was stabbed to death at a track meet. So when the story is reported, it's a black boy who stabbed this white boy at this track meet because the white boy told him to get from up under the tent. And the black boy stabbed him in his heart and he died in his brother's arms. So then it started coming out the news. And if you want to watch my video, I want to say 2-3 days ago. The news, I said, I feel like the news is leaving something out because they would show, like, you could already tell the brother was talking, but they wouldn't show the beginning of him talking, most of the news stations. Now, I went to a YouTube channel called Law and Crime, and that's how I saw the beginning of the brother interview where he's talking about how they confronted Karmelo. Him and his twin brother confronted Karmelo because he was up under the tent that belongs to their school, and they told him he needs to leave. So the rest of the news was just picking up on the brother saying, saying that, how difficult it was that the brother, his twin, died in his arms, right? And I was like, no, he said more than that. And it does not sound good. And it doesn't make for a good story if you're the one, if this twin, the brother who was there is saying that y'all confronted this boy. Because he's saying that it's self-defense. So now there's a whole thing, and everybody said not everybody. There's a whole divide where people are saying, oh, it's a race divide because the blacks are going for Karmelo Anthony and the whites are going for the victim. His name is Austin. And so then there begins to leak stories. So when I woke up this morning, there was this thing saying that it was an autopsy report. That it was a autopsy report that said that Austin had all these types of Molly and stuff like that in his system. I knew automatically. I was like, this is fake. Like when I last reported on it, I showed y'all a screenshot that someone says came from Austin Instagram, and it was a picture of a firearm and saying, "I wish some monkeys would try it today at the track meet." And I said, then I don't know if this AI generated. I don't know if this is a count. I don't know because I could already tell when things like this happen, false information is out there. Now, the autopsy report that I seen, I think it was either a real or a TikTok. I was like, that's fake because ain't no autopsy report ready in 2 days. They ain't releasing nobody official autopsy report in 2 days. Famous people at least take a week. High profile cases will probably take longer than that if it's not a week or longer because they want to make sure everything is right. So the public is going to scrutinize it. So I was like, ain't no autopsy report in 2 days. So they came out and said that was false. Now there is a news conference. Karmelo Anthony mom, dad, and brother have all, of course, been interviewed by the big news stations, and of course their family. Not Karmelo, Austin. Austin is the victim. Austin is the white boy. He's the victim. His family have all released like statements and have done interviews and things of that nature. So the narrative that was being painted is that you know, this boy just got up and he just stabbed the other boy in the heart. That Karmelo, the black boy, just stabbed the white boy in the heart because the white boy asked him to leave. So it was actually coming out. And what the brother actually admit to is that they confronted him and they went over there and they grabbed his bag and they grabbed his stuff. And now what's conflicting is some say that he that the brother, no, I don't even think that's conflicting. That the brothers went up to him and was like, you need to get out of here, and try to grab him. And he say, do not touch me. I guess he had something in his bag. Do not touch me. Don't, if you touch me, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. This is the conflicting part. Some people, the news is reporting the brother said he pushed him. Other people, and I think it's called Face Off. It's a YouTube channel. He reported, it's actually a news, he actually has a TV show too, but it's on YouTube. He reported that he have talked to people who was there at the scene, and they said that Austin punched Karmelo in the face is what happened. So in my previous video, I went through the stuff as far as people were saying that the twins were not on the track team, and Karmelo was on the track team. So at that point, I'm like, so what's going on here? Because the both play football. Both boys, I know for sure, both boys play football. That was universally said on all news stations that both of them play. The twins play football and Karmelo played football. What was conflicting stories is that the twins was not running track that day, but Karmelo was. So they are now saying that it was what's his name? It's an agency that's advocating for Karmelo, who's working with Karmelo and his family, who also hired a lawyer for Karmelo. They came out and did a press release to disrupt any information that wasn't true. Hold on a second. I got to answer this. It's my daughter. So this agency put on this press conference, and they dispelled all the false information. They said because the Karmelo family, is getting all types of unaliving threats from everybody in the family. They sending them all type of racist things. They got to have police there at the door. At the house, they got to have police guarding them. They're sending them pictures of black boys with knives all in their head and everything like that. So the correct information is that he said both the twins and Karmelo was on the roster to run track that day. So both of them was supposed to be there. He said there were no assigned seating. So the twins coming over to tell Karmelo that he needs to move, or that's his team's thing, that this is why Karmelo is alleging a self-defense. Now, it is true that Karmelo knew somebody that went to that school, and he went over there to talk to him. He said that they did not know each other, because I guess it was story circulating that the twins had jumped him, or they had gotten into a fight at a party over a girl. He said all that information is not true. They did not know each other. But what I said in my last video, and he confirmed it, was that if they both ran track and they're both on the twins and Karmelo, both were, they all three of them ran track. All three of them is on the football team. It's all within the same district, because you can tell because they at the same track meet. So I'm like, they got to not saying know each other, but they have to know of each other. And so that's what he could confirm. He's like, they did not know each other. It's possible that they may have knew of each other, but they didn't know each other, because if you're in sports and you're in the same district, y'all gonna play each other at least two times throughout the year. You're gonna play each other. So they're saying that he's saying that is true, that they may have known of each other, but they did not know each other. He also said that all these people are asking, why did he bring a knife to a track meet? He was saying it wasn't like a knife from your kitchen or something like that. From what somebody, the other guy with the TV show, he said from what his understanding it wasn't like a knife that, a butcher knife that he didn't just put in his bag. He came out the house with a butcher knife. No, it was a knife from setting up the tents. Something that they use when they setting up the tents in in the tent, pretty much like the tents that he was up under. That each school set up their tent. It was a knife for that stuff, so it wasn't like a big old butcher knife or anything like that. So as far that's all the update for that to dispel the false information. They said the police report that's out there that's fake. He said there's no official police report that been released to the public, so that's fake. What else? The autopsy is fake. Them having a party, having a fight at a party, that's fake. So from it does still sound like he was sitting there. The twins came over and felt like he shouldn't be there. Tried to make him move, physically tried to make him move. He said, "Don't put your hands on me." They put his hands on him, either push or punch, whatever. Then he gets stabbed. So that's what it seems like. Yeah. And I'm gonna say exactly what I said before. People are going into me, everybody's like, it's not about race, it's not about race. I think you can say it's not about race if you're not black, or if you one of them blacks who want to be, accepted by the other side. But if when Daniel Petty, when he choked out that man on the New York subway because he was acting irrational, because he was threatening other people, and this is in New York, that Daniel Petty did this. He got found not guilty because off of self-defense. Kyle Rittenhouse, AK-15, walking around, and he was in jeopardy of his life back. People who didn't have weapons that was running at him, and he unalived 2 people and shot some other ones. He was found not guilty, and that was on self-defense. Who else was it? Brown, not guilty. I don't even think he was charged, was it? On self-defense. So, and a lot of these are not even George Zimmerman. He followed somebody. He followed a teenager. He followed at night in the dark. Grown man followed the teenager, confronted him. He was the aggressor. He still stood on self. Well, didn't fought the teenager. He just lost the lost the fight. And then so when he was losing, then he shoots and unalive the teenager. Not guilty, self-defense. So you mean to tell me that this boy is sitting at a school event where he's supposed to, he's getting ready to run. He's an athlete, and you're gonna go over there and you not an authority, not security, not a teacher, not nothing. There's no assigned seatings. He's sitting there, and you gonna make him move. Besides try to tell him to move, you're gonna physically try to force him to move, and we're gonna say this not self-defense. We're gonna say that, oh well, he had the right to put his hands on him or to tell the boy to move, he had the right to do anything, do nothing but run on the track, just like Carmelo was supposed to run in whatever meet they was in. That's what he had the right to do. Said now it's tragic that a young man lost his life, a young boy, a young teenager who had all the life ahead of him to lose his life. But if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gambling. You can't put one standard for one person when they're a certain color and another one for another person. If it's gonna be equal, make it equal universally. Is what I'm saying about the story. Now let's continue on. What's in the Trump news, y'all? I already talked about yesterday how he reneged all those tariffs that he said he was going to do the tariffs, and then he reneged on them, said everybody except China. And then I was just watching before I started today that there was a y'all see the whistleblower for Facebook that she had a Senate hearing today. There was a whistleblower who worked at Facebook for 7 years. So y'all know Mark Zuckerberg was over he had a Senate hearing when they was asking him about, is he selling information to China or working with China and releasing like privacy information or selling, you remember doing Facebook, and there was a time where they were saying Facebook was selling information to China. So Mark Zuckerberg went over there like, no, I ain't. I don't know what you're talking about. This lady that came out that had got emails and everything that said he was lying. He was lying the entire time. He been working with China, the Communist Party in China for over 10 years. Baby, and she had the receipts to prove it. So I didn't finish watching that because it's like 30, 45 minutes that she testified. But one thing that I can tell you is that Facebook targeted teenagers from 13 to 17 years old. They had an algorithm that could track and know what age what age everybody fell into the users. Garrett, yes. So they knew if they was 13 to 17. Now, manual Congress had took besides Congress, it was also parents of kids who have unalived themselves. And they was trying to make Facebook do something about bullying. And Facebook like, no, that don't, that ain't our, that's not our place. That's not our policy, blah, 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 blah. So, and then they tried to say they couldn't, what are we going to do? We're just a social media place. So come to find out, they did track teenagers. They tracked the users from 13 to 17 and then would send them stuff depending on their mood. Because with she said, like if a girl who's between the age of like 13 and 17, if she delete a selfie, then they would send information like for makeup, for surgery, for like different stuff like that. That's how they were targeting. That's how they were selling information. She said, and then the executives that work at the company, baby, they will be like about to like run a campaign or change something in Facebook and ask them how do their kids feel about that. Some of will say, I don't let my kids, I don't let my kids have a Facebook account. What? This lady is a mother of three. And so she was like, it was just weighing on her. It was so bad that all this was happening. And she worked there for 7 years, but she was like, she couldn't, continue to deal with how it was affecting kids. Now, besides that, he also was selling information to China. She said he worked with China for over a decade. He was flying he flying over to China. Test that to the Senate. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about with this China stuff. No, we don't have a business. We're not. He told the Senate, Facebook is not even allowed in China. So I don't know where you guys are getting this stuff from. Yeah. And I'm like, ain't his wife Asian? If I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. Do y'all know? No, as far as I know, she if I'm not mistaken, I think the lady even got a book out. But and there were some things that she was like, because this was 2011 and some NDRs have dates. Like after this date, after 10 years, you can talk or blah, blah, blah. Some of them do. There were certain things that she was answering. She was like, I had to discuss that in private. I had to tell you that in private. And like I said, there's emails that they showed on the screen. They're saying like, this ain't just one person account of what happened. She actually brought receipts and these people are real. Like they done looked up the people who's attached to this email and everything. She said there was multiple people who quit because they didn't agree with, what Facebook was doing. Excuse me. And then besides the selling to China, China was also spying not only on their citizens, but Hong Kong and I think Taiwan citizens. And Mark Zuckerberg told them that he would help them get the upper hand on America. And he taught them the AI stuff, facial recognition. Like when I tell you, I was like, this is a goddamn TV show right here. Mark Zuckerberg is a whole international spy. You'll never expect this Daffy Duck looking look would be out here doing this shit. And Mark was out there. Now, like I said, that's like 30 minutes. That was, I think it had just ended. So it's available. Y'all can go look it up. It's available. She testified and it's available to see all the details that Mark was over there doing. I don't know how Mark got arrested yet. He probably over in China and they can't get him. But Mark, Mark finna go jail, baby. Mark finna be locked up. They won't let me out.
You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing.
I mean, he owned the company, so I don't think it's much of a job he gonna lose. But he probably gonna lose his freedom. He come back over here. He need to. If he don't, because he just said that straight line. They would ask her. They would read from the transcript that when they questioned Mark Zuckerberg, and y'all, it was on the news. They recorded it. It was a live, Senate hearing. So, and they would read direct questions that they asked, and his answer. And she was like, "No, nah, that was a lie. Yeah." They like, "Do you mean he lied?" Yeah, he lied. Okay, yeah. So also, but I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna let y'all tell me if y'all want to hear about this Tasha K. Because I told y'all I used to watch her, and now she's talking about the Lauren and Jess stuff. But what I want to talk about is that one of the main reasons why I stopped watching her was that I started watching her because one of my friends told me about her, about she had information and interview R. Kelly victims. She was like an advocate of R. Kelly victims, and she had interviewed his brother and had all these like information about him and about Charlemagne the God. She would like break stories, and she supposed to be an advocate of a victim because she was abused. She was, R worded like at the age of 5 from her uncle, and so she supposed to be this big advocate. And then slowly, like I said, I began to see she slowly changed, and she started like going against the R. Kelly victims. I'm like, what is going on here? And against their parents, and she became a MAGA supporter and a MAGA, pretty much a Trumper. And I was just like, what in the world is this? And it seemed like she was more when she had victims on. She was really questioning them part, which I'm like, yeah, you could question everybody, but the line in the question where that person think that the other person is lying. Like, so that happened. You like, what the hell going on here? So yeah, so it was this victim, Chantel is her name. So Chantel went on this other YouTube page and she was saying how she was R-worded about her father and her brothers for 10 years, 15 years, or something like that. She ended up getting pregnant by her father when she was 11, I think, or something like that. So then Tasha K interviewed her, right? And then she interviewed the dad. But then when she interviewed the dad, she had witnesses against the daughter, like the stepmom. And I think, well, I don't think it was the girl real mom, but she had people who come out against the daughter. Now, the daughter's a grown woman now. Yeah, baby, yes. Yes. Like I just seen something when I was trying to do research. I clicked on one of her videos today, and what she was talking about is how Trump is doing so well and finna get China up out of here. And I was like, see, when you have a platform as big as that, and when you talk as strong as she do, but you're not educated on what you're talking about, I say it goes wrong because the people who following her, and I'm like, I know I would get a lot of hate for this video because her people, baby, are diehards. Okay, like I said, I used to watch her. I used to be a Tasha K fan. I used to subscribe to her website and everything. But the changes, I was like, mm. But yeah, when I noticed when she was because I stopped watching her before Donald Trump even ran. But she was, I think at one time she had Candace Owens on. What's the other black lady who has a transitioned daughter who's very popular? I forget her name. She ended up bringing her on. I was like, she would just bring on people, and I'm like, Sasha K is a Republican, and well, to me, they are Republicans who's fine. But she was like a Trumper. To me, there's a difference between them Republicans and a Trumper. And I was like, wait, I got the feeling she was a Republican where it started off. And I was like, no, she ain't just a Republican. She's a MAGA. But and she's also from Florida though. So, the Cubans and everything. Hey, Cubans from Trump. You know how they were. But so when the girl came on her show, then like I said, she brought the dad and she brought the stepmom, and it was like she was just talking real like dirty to the girl. And so I was just like, so I ain't watching no more. So this lady named Sweet Mama, I want to say it's the name of it, Sweet Mama on YouTube, she just did an update because Tasha K tell this girl, oh, you talking about your daddy did this to you for that many years. And when the police came, you told the police that he was uncircumcised, that he was circumcised and he's uncircumcised or something like that. So how can you get that wrong? You pretty much just tell that Tasha K felt like the lady was lying. But I only got a couple more minutes. Let me try to show y'all really quick because I got to get out of here.
Zoom in on this. I highlighted the portion that I want you guys to pay attention to. But you can still look around and tell me if you notice anything different from these.
How is it that you don't know the difference between what a circumcised man is and what an uncircumcised man is?
It's going to be cursing. For the people watching, it's going to be cursing, and it may be a trigger warning if you didn't experience, any type of R word or anything. So I forgot to put that trigger warning up there.
Because when she asked me questions about, well, how you didn't know, because she cut this part out, how you didn't know that he was uncircumcised, he got meat everywhere, and I answered her directly because he blindfolded me. He will blindfold me, so I won't be able to describe the thing will look like if I would tell.
I lost my virginity. I don't know. I don't know if it was one of my brothers. I don't know if it was my dad. I don't know.
So your mama's saying you lying. Your daddy's saying you lying. Your story and you not being able to remember.
Okay, so how about this? I'm such a liar.
And it's not just a man.
I would pay money myself to take a lie detector test or whatever.
You do a lie detector?
I swear to God I will. If you want me to do it right now, I do it right now.
Hey,
I swear to God I will.
Can we get a lie detector test down here, please?
Before she had hit recording, we was having a whole conversation. And then I had mentioned about the lie detector test. I said, I'm going to do anything at this point. I want to get my story out and etc. She don't talk to Clarence and Clarence apparently.
Because of the backlash she received on the way she was treating Chantel. Now, you'd have to see it to believe it. When the interview initially started, Tasha K was very professional. She was kind, and she made Chantel feel safe. But shortly after, Chantel was under attack. You guys would have to see it to believe it. Like I said, I had access to the site and I was able to watch every single interview. And I thought it was very odd that Chantel's father went on Tasha K's platform at least 4 to 5 times. It was obvious that Tasha K automatically sided with Clarence even after Chantel provided detailed receipts. And when I tell you she provided receipts, let's get into those. These receipts are pretty hard to read, but I put them side by side.
So yeah, this video is about 20 minutes. Y'all have to go watch this girl video because the receipts that Tasha K showed, and then she brought Chantel receipts. It was parts of Chantel receipts that Tasha K showed that she blacked out to it seems intentionally, because then you would know that the girl that Chantel was telling the truth. The dad ended up getting arrested. He's in jail. I think she said he got 50 years or something like that. But yeah, you will see on the Tasha K put on her site like blacked out receipts where you can't even. But it seems like the girl was lying. But once the girl send the actual receipts, you'll see that the girl was telling the truth the whole time. And if unless the man blacked them out they self, or somebody working with Tasha K, whoever did it in a messed up way, that it made it seem like this girl was lying about what had happened to her. And now that man is in jail, I think 50 years, 70 years or something like that, for what he did to his daughter. So I found out his ass he was lying and Tasha K was wrong. But like I said, I seen that was the thing. That's why I don't watch it no more, y'all. But anyway, I got to get up out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Like the video before y'all go. Subscribe to which one, y'all? Facebook, TikTok, fan base. And I will catch y'all next time. Bye.